Whatever you do, don't say with that being said. Don't say with that being said, you can do it. Do not say with that being said. Let's do this. What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, we are going to talk all about Typhlosion and whether or not it is worth powering up in Pokemon Go. So basically, we just had the community day for Typhlosion, and you might be asking yourself the question, is it worth powering up? So I figured I might as well go ahead and do all of the research and then give you the findings. But I actually want to go ahead and start with a question of the day at the beginning. How was your community day? Did you get a ton of shiny Cyndaquil? Did you get a ton of Stardust throughout the event? For myself, I got around 200,000 Stardust, 6 shiny Cyndaquil, and the highlight of the event was probably getting myself a lucky Typhlosion that was a 93%, and then roughly like level 28, level 29. So for me personally, I got one high IV, high level 1, so super excited about that, but I definitely want to hear how the event went for you. But with that being said, oh god, I just said it, didn't I? Transition. So first things first, we have some good news and some bad news. I personally think that Typhlosion is in the top 5 fire type attackers in Pokemon Go with the move Blast Burn. But there is some trouble on the horizon because of some future competitors, whether you're talking about Magmortar or even another Pokemon that is legendary like Heatran. So there is a little bit of some competition on the horizon. But basically, when you talk about fire type Pokemon in Pokemon Go, there's kind of 2 tiers going on. One is the legendary tier. This is one of those cases where legendary Pokemon are legitimately better than just the non-legendaries. In this case, there is a clear definition between the two. So basically, you have Moltres in at the #1 spot by a long shot, and then in second currently is Entei. But remember, we do have Heatran coming in, and I do think it will be up there with the other 2, and then Magmortar would probably be at the top, but unfortunately, it looks like it will not get Overheat, which is absolutely necessary for the fire type Pokemon. So when you head into the second tier, there are some red flags, unfortunately, for Typhlosion. So first things first, you have a Pokemon like Flareon that actually does very well and can even outperform a Charizard with Blast Burn. And then of course you have Typhlosion a little bit further back, but basically the reason why Typhlosion doesn't do as well is actually not because of the move Blast Burn. Blast Burn's actually really good in the game. The issue moves on to the quick move being Ember. Now Ember gets completely outclassed by Fire Spin, and because of that, even though Typhlosion and Charizard have the exact same base stats, Charizard is still able to outperform Typhlosion. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple different scenarios that kind of showcase where Typhlosion falls onto the list. So the first thing that I wanted to take a look at is versus an Articuno raid. If you go ahead and take a look at the results, I felt like this really tells a compelling story. We're actually going to have to go pretty far down, but as we go down the list, you'll of course see Moltres, Entei, Flareon like we talked about, and then at that 4th position, you do see that Blast Burn Charizard. But surprisingly enough, Blaziken without Blast Burn actually outperforms Typhlosion with Blast Burn. Now this is very important because think about it, Blaziken will definitely become a community day Pokemon, but it doesn't even have Blast Burn yet, and it's still able to outperform a Blast Burn Typhlosion. So I'm thinking that the Blaziken with Blast Burn is going to be magnificent in the game, and it can really do some damage, more than likely propelling it to the #3 spot. It's probably going to be short of all of the legendary positions, but kind of on top of all of the non-legendary, so definitely keep your eye out for that Blast Burn Blaziken. So now that we've gone ahead and taken a look at the results, let's go ahead and take a look at some DPS charts. A YouTuber by the name of Swag Tips came up with a chart kind of talking about what Blaziken would look like with Blast Burn and showing where all of these Pokemon fall onto the chart. So if you do like this type of content, I would recommend subscribing to Swag Tips. He is a very knowledgeable person, so go ahead and check him out. A link will be in the description, but you will see that I did highlight Blaziken with Blast Burn. That would be the one that you would want to wait for and put your Stardust into. And then we also have Magmortar up there as well, but unfortunately for Magmortar, it it doesn't look like it will have access to overheat, which is so crucial for it to perform better. And then I also highlighted Heat Train as well, which will have some amazing total damage output times DPS. So I feel like I have covered everything. I'm so excited about the community day. I do think that the Stardust kind of took a little bit of the storm away from a Typhlosion, but that's probably a good thing because I don't know how hard people would have grinded if the Stardust wasn't a factor, as well as the experience, just because people kind of know so much information about this Pokemon and knew that it wasn't necessarily going to be meta relevant. But either way, I am excited for what's to come in the future. Definitely looking forward to Heatran and Magmortar. So I'll go ahead and end with the second question of the day just for fun, right? And that is, what is your favorite Fire-type Pokemon currently in the game? What is the best Fire-type Pokemon that you were looking forward to being put in the game? Definitely let me know in the comments section below, and if you do enjoy this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Hit me like a tidal wave, ooh, triggered by the aftershock. Hit me like a tidal wave. I can't hit these high notes. How does he do this? This is impossible. I give up.